Hey, what's good YouTube? Welcome to another video, and I would say this video is like the most important one for all the Myteam grinders, for all the grinders who get, well, who at least try to get level 40 reward every season, because I think I crunched down the way to, well, on how you can get it in the least time consuming way, in the least effort required way. And yeah, I just want to share my method with you guys. Lots of people been saying that since this season is shorter, I think it's a week shorter, well, the grind will be even harder than it was before, but honestly, it's the easiest grind that I've seen, at least in this 2K21 so far, because they are just giving us so much, and if we do it in a smart way, it really doesn't require that much time to get that level 40 reward. You just need some patience and to do it smart, and just don't waste your time on some of the things that I will show you in this video. Well, and going right into it, as you can see, I'm level 32 right now. I am, well, I could say behind on levels, at least from people who are trying to reach level 40 first, but I am doing it in a way less time consuming way, so I will not be the first one to get him, obviously, because I don't buy all the expensive players and stuff like that. I just do it to get him, like sometime at the end of the season. We'll see how it goes. Usually I get that level 40 reward around 3-4 days after the first guy to get him, so this method is not only time efficient, but it's quite fast as well. So again, as you can see, I'm level 32, and write down in the comments below at which point of the grind you are right now, which level you are right now, and well, how much of XP you still need to get that Robinson. But yeah, starting from the very beginning, first thing, the most important thing is to do all the time limited tasks. So as you can see, there's a lot of tasks are, well, as of now, it's 23 days remaining for to do all of them. And it's usually the case with most of the objectives of the agendas, but there are some that are time limited, so like dailies or moment challenges or weekend challenges. So first thing, most important thing is just do them. If you see them, if they're on, and if you have, well, if you will be playing, just do them first no matter what, and always try to do as many as you can at one time. Let's say last weekend I was playing limited, and I think the requirements were to have 1 Galaxy Opal, 1 Pink Diamond, and 3 diamonds, and everything else was just lower. So what I did, I just grabbed the newest cards that came out with the limited on a Friday night. So it was Ronald Murray, Buddy Hield, Andrea Bernani, and I think there was a power forward, somebody, for sure I had him, I might have sold him already, but yeah, so I just took those guys, and in a lot of cases these new cards will be able to match up against all the decent pink diamonds just fine, because every week the new rubies and amethysts that they release, they have more and more badges, more and more stats, and they're just getting better and better. Like, you cannot compare ruby from October to a ruby that gets released today. They're just completely different cards, and I would say ruby is not equal to other ruby. And if you wanna see the best recent rubies, I'll leave a link to my video right here. Carrying on, probably the best place for me, the easiest place for me to do all the challenges is single player, of course, unless you do need to do, well, to play games and get something in online, triple threat online, or whatever the case it is. But I do most of my challenges in those weekly ones. As you can see, I have all of these completed, and in one game you can get so much, because games are really easy and you can score, well, pretty much on demand. And remember, you can get 3 things at once. You can always get assists, you can always get points, and you can always get rebounds or blocks. And well, steals, of course, they are just kind of a bonus if you can get them with the player, but mostly you will be getting assists, points, and rebounds with whoever you need. So when you're going to the challenge, it's 5-minute game, and in a 5-minute game, if you're going for points and you don't need to score like dunks or layups or whatever. If you're going for points, you will most likely be shooting threes all game, just OD shooting threes. You just pass and shoot, whatever happens, whatever the position is. Since it's on pro, most of the shots go in anyway. So what you do is you go in and you take any players from any of the set that you want, and let's say, well, of course I have only these left, but let's say I would be needing Dirk to get assists, Harden to get boards for some reason, and Jokic to get 3-pointers. Yeah, I know it's this one says for multiplayer games, but you get what I mean, because there's a lot of challenges to do with players in single player. Okay, let me even give you the better example. That's exactly what I did, exactly how it went for me. I took Steve Nash, I took Sealy, and I took Andrea Bargnani. I took all three of them in a game, and I knew that I will need 50 assists with Steve Nash. I will need a lot of, it's 100 points with Sealy and 20 boards with Bargnani. So you can do all these three things at once. So just make sure that you focus on that, and every possession you go, you just take the ball with Nash, pass it to Sealy, he shoots. If he misses, you can try and switch to Bargnani as fast as you can to try and get a board. And you just go in that triangle. So keep in mind that if you're shooting threes, you will be scoring around 100, sometimes more points per game if you're hitting most of them. And what I do, I take a couple of guys who would be like just in case I reach my objective. So let's say I already had 25 assists with Nash, let's say, and I knew that most likely I will be getting 25 assists, and I will not be able to do anything else, and there won't be anyone else to get assists with. So in that case, I will take someone like let's say who we had here. Let's say we had this Timothy Luau Cabaret. Sorry if I don't pronounce his name correctly, but I knew I have him. I knew I need 15 assists with him. I knew I need assists with Buddy Hield. So I just take those guys as like a backup, just in case I finish. I finished the challenge with whoever I had first, and I keep these guys. I actually keep these guys on a bench, just so they are full of stamina. Especially if I will be needing to score points with somebody, I most definitely then keep them on bench. I just put in 2 bronzes or whatever, or some guys that I have diamond contracts on. By the way, that's a way I save MT, I guess, in these challenges. I usually use either bronzes or guys with diamond contracts in those placeholder positions where you don't really need to do anything with those guys. So so as I said, just remember 3 things at once. That's what you should be focusing on. And in these challenges, in these couple of games, you can do so much. Like honestly, get loads and loads and loads of XP. Another thing, before you get in playing with specific players and doing specific challenges with specific players, make sure you do those weekly quarter things, quarter agendas first. So let's say in this case, this week it was for Jarrett Allen. So starting from the very beginning, of course you needed some contracts and badges. That's how it starts always. And win a triple threat offline and career high points, let's say. Okay, so in this case, I needed, the only very specific thing was 26 points with Cavalier player in a single game. And what do you know, in a very last set, in this Flash 7 set, there was a Porter Jr. He's a Cavalier, and you need 60 points with him. So my first task, first thing that I'm trying to do while going in a challenge like that is picking Kevin Porter Jr. and scoring those points with him. And you see, it takes a bit of time to plan everything ahead, but once you start actually checking all the things that you might need, You can do like even if you're only doing that assist, point, rebound thing, you still can scratch off a lot of different other things from the list. And you do not need to rush, and you do not need to do them one by one, because if you do them one by one, it just takes so long, and well, you can literally just give up at any point because it really drains you. It really does. So yeah, coming back to this thing that I just mentioned about these quarter things. Firstly, look at the teams and the positions that need to score, because there's a lot of power score with power forwards, or score something with let's say specific team players. So try and do those first, especially team players. Try to do those first. Check what you might need. Like can you combine them with something, and look ahead. That's my another advice. Let's say this very same Jarrett Allen agenda. If I would look in like in here, even though let's say I'm in this same very same first quarter and I haven't scored 26 points with Cavalier, what I would do, I would check, maybe I'll need to do something with the Cavaliers later again. And as you can see, as a matter of fact, yes, I will have to score with Cavaliers more. So that means that from the last set, only Kevin Porter Jr. was a Cavalier, and I will need to score with him again and again and again. So I don't go and shoot like all game with him to try and score those 60 points with him. What I do is I get 26 with him and I focus on shooting with somebody else. After that game, I will be done with this quarter. I will be going on to the other quarter, and I will need to win a game using 3 Cavalier players. So most likely I will be shooting with Kevin Porter Jr. again in here, so it's 20 more points. And if you just save time like that, if you just look ahead and plan ahead, that's probably the most efficient way. I would say that's really the most efficient way to do it. And one last thing that is really specific to this season are these Play My Team groups. So as you probably already noticed yourselves, we'll most likely be getting them every week, and in those we have play a couple of triple threat offline games, online games, and unlimited games. And right here, it especially if you're like, I know there's a lot of people who don't like playing online, don't like unlimited, don't like triple threat online. For those people, especially for you guys, do not go in and play these like every week just to get these done. Save them, and we will be getting more of these every week, and they will come out and you will have to do them again and again and again and again. Just save them, don't even pay attention to them. Even if you like to play these games, even if you like to play triple threat online or whatever, there will be a lot of challenges coming out that you will need to score points, get 3-pointers, get dunks or whatever in a specific game mode, and that's when you will be doing this. So just save these till the very end, and when you're, let's say, 10 or 20k short, you will have loads of XP every single game just because you saved these and just because you didn't pay attention to these. And there is really no point in grinding for, let's say, this Patrick Beverley. I mean, he's fun. He is a fun card, but unless you are a big time Patrick Beverley fan, there's really no point in grinding for him, trying to get him, because if you would just go and take a look at what was his name, Lopez, yeah, Felipe Lopez, Ruby card, you can get him for 1k. He will give you pretty much the same result as Patrick Beverley, and he will even be way better on offense than Patrick Beverley is. So I mean, these cards are like for collection purposes mostly. Maybe they will be useful in limited, but well, maybe for a lock-in reward at the end of the season as well. But at the end of the season, most likely you will be doing those. Well, you will have those challenges done just by default, just by doing every other thing, and there is absolutely no need to do them separately. Well, just trying to get them. Sometimes it's better to sit down before the game, for 5 minutes. Usually what I do is I get a notepad, I write down on that notepad what I need to do with every single player, and I plan ahead. I know that I will be needing points in domination, points in triple threat online, offline, so I just pretty much write down for myself like a little plan. So first game I'll be doing this, second game I'll be doing this, third game I'll be doing this, and yeah, it takes a couple of minutes beforehand to plan ahead, but I save a lot of time that way, and it really helped me. I'm honestly, I feel like when I was grinding for, let's say, Dwayne Wade, it took ages for me. I honestly I got injured. I got physically injured. My thumb got pretty much, well, I pretty much couldn't move it while I was grinding for D-Wade because it was just exhausting. But for Kawhi, the grind was easy because kind of, well, as I said, I kind of got it down on how to grind. And on first 2 seasons, I haven't even been playing my team, so yeah, I didn't know what it was. Yeah, I was still kind of a well, season grind version at that point when I came in at season 3. So yeah, that will be it today, guys, and please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm trying to reach those 500 subscribers, and yeah, that would help me out so much. But for now, thanks everyone for watching, and I'm out. Peace.